It's Song Talk Radio.
Welcome to Song Talk Radio, the show with songwriters talking to other songwriters about the craft of songwriting. We share tips, tools, and techniques, and together we all become better at writing songs. Dialing in from our headquarters in Toronto, I'm Neel Modi, and with me, my usual co-host, Phil Emery. How you doing, Phil?
Doing pretty good, calling in from St. John's, Newfoundland, and I'm full of sixes and eights because we're talking about strange time signatures, although 6/8 isn't that strange, I suppose. But
Yeah, you should be filled with sevens and nines.
sevens and nines, that's true. It's going to be an odd show.
It's going to be a very odd show.
Yes.
It's going to be, there's no symmetry to be found anywhere here today. Except for our Zoom call, because usually there's 3 boxes, but today we have 2, so it's perfectly symmetrical.
That's true.
Yeah. So anyway, for everyone else, please send your comments and questions to at Song Talk Radio on Facebook or Instagram. Feedback at songtalk.ca for the email, and we'll share your thoughts on the show. And please visit songtalk.ca to see the show post for this episode, find links to resources we mention, and to download lyric and chord sheets to follow along with the songs that we feature. Tonight, we're happy to be starting our songwriting challenge for 2025 to write a song in an odd time signature. Hint, hint. And if you didn't see the title, you know what we're in for. So just another heads up for our listeners. So please send in your answers to the songwriting challenge by November the 10th, 2025.
Yes.
Send us an email at feedback@songtalk.ca, attach an MP3, a lyric sheet, and the time signatures, the chords ideally, but for sure the time signatures that you're dealing with, and a little paragraph or two about how you tackled this challenge. And we'll read your little narrative on the air and showcase your song and do a little feedback and discussion about the songs that we feature. So yeah, looking forward to all the listener songs. And thank you to the folks who have sent in their odd time signature songs already.
Yes, very, very inspiring.
Mm-hmm. All right, so tonight we're going to be diving into my song that I did for this challenge that I literally started maybe 2 weeks ago. kind of started. Yeah. I had the conceptual ideas for it and the approach I wanted to take, in my head for months. Just didn't get around to actually working it out until maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Now, looking back at this, what is the thing that you learned from this exercise?
So this exercise, I did set myself up to play with compound time. That's the one thing I definitely wanted to play with.
And what's compound time?
The compound time is when you're running 2 time signatures simultaneously.
Oh.
So your bass music can be in one time signature, but your melody is in another time signature. Or you've got 2 contrasting melodies that are essentially in 2 different time signatures.
Oh, wow.
At the same time. And to be honest, it's, maybe it's a more common thing in classical music or in jazz or whatever, but there is one song that we never featured when we talked about odd time signatures before. There's a Garbage song called Cup of Coffee. That's basically doing the same thing that I'm doing. The bass music is in 3/4, but the melody that Shirley Mason's singing is in 4/4.
Oh, really?
At least in the verses. I don't remember if it in the chorus as well, but at least in the verses. And it's got this really odd sort of feeling thing to it, right? Because it starts off, with a basic 3/4 kind of feeling rhythm with the guitars and the bass. It's called Cup of Coffee.
Cup of Coffee by Garbage.
By Garbage, yeah. It's a really fascinating song. And I'm always, every time I hear it on shuffle play or whatever on my phone, and I'm like, okay, where's that? Where's the downbeat happening here? And it's like, it's a little tricky, and they, they pull it off. Of course, they're Garbage, so they pull it off with smoothness and finesse and whatever, right? Professionals. But I don't know. The other thing that I was trying to do with this was I've been trying this more recently. I even did it with my songwriting challenge last year, to be a little more prose, a little less lyric as such, with the storytelling and with the lyrics. And there's not a lot of rhyming in this. And there's, I don't know. And yeah, and of course I am playing with the compound time, and there's four different time signatures in this thing, five if you count the compound.
Five, holy smokes!
Yeah, because the intro is the same as the chorus. It's 3/4 with a 4/4 melody. The verses are pretty clearly 7/4, although there was a caveat to that. And then the bridge is in 5/4. And then it goes back to the chorus with the 3/4 and the 4/4 melody. But the verses, the other interesting thing I did, and this kind of almost happened naturally just when I was coming up with the chord progression for the verses, because the other thing with this song is that I wrote most of the music bed first. Although I had a little bit of lyric, but I wrote most of the music bed, I think because of the odd time signature challenge, to write the odd time signature bass music first, and then try and write a lyric that sort of fit on top of it, right?
Yeah.
But a lyric and a melody on top of it. But what I ended up doing with the bass music in the verses is that there's 7/4, but we've talked about this before, how you can split 7/4 normally into 3/4 plus 4/4, or 4/4 plus 3/4, depending on where you put the emphasis.
Right.
So my verses are actually, it's a 2-bar phrase that goes 3/4 4/4, and then the second bar is 4/4 3/4. So it kind of flips.
Wow.
It's a mirror, right? So the whole 2-bar loop ends up being, 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3.
Now, did you plan on that and then do the chords, or did you do the chords and that's how it worked out?
I did the chords, and that's kind of how it worked. And then I think I just got the idea to do that while I was doing the chords.
Right.
Because to be honest, I probably did have a line or two of lyric that I was working with. So I was kind of singing along and seeing how the lyric would fit. And then like, yeah, you know what? This actually feels like a 3-beat thing. And then a 4-beat thing, and then the reverse. And then I just, I wouldn't say forced it, but I just kept with that pattern for both verses. Only 2 verses in the song. So.
Wow, yeah, you're doing pretty complicated stuff. So what was the process? Like what was the first thing that when you sat down to do this challenge, what was the first thing that you did?
So the first thing that I did, aside from just conceptualizing the ideas in my head, was I sat down at my piano and came up with a little ditty, and then recorded it on my phone, just me singing and with the piano, because we were heading out of town for the weekend, and I wanted to get something down that I could listen to while we were away and continue to work on. And to be honest, I didn't really use that little snippet that I recorded. It was just a version of the chorus, really, right? And I didn't end up sort of using it verbatim. And to be honest, it kind of it actually felt more like a 4/4 thing by the time I was done. I came up with one version, another version. I'm like, yeah, I'm falling back into a 4/4 default thing just because I'm trying to do this quickly, and that feels most natural. And so I didn't end up using it verbatim, but I think just doing that exercise sort of got the ball rolling for me, and gave me the incentive to sort of push through the rest of it. So then, after we got back from our weekend away 2 weeks ago now, that's when I actually, dedicated some time and sat down and then tried to hammer out the thing. And actually it took me like a day, like sort of 3-4 hours one day, and then a couple hours the next day. And I had pretty much a draft.
Wow. Even with all those compound, time signatures.
Yeah, even with the compound thing. The compound thing was probably the hardest because crazy me, I was like, it's got to be odd, right? So I went to 3 and then 5, or 3 and then 7. I'm like, and I couldn't wrap my brain around that. Like, that was just too challenging. I was just like, this is getting way too complicated just for complicatedness sake. And then I thought about Cup of Coffee by Garbage, and I'm like, they got away with a 3 and a 4, and it still sounds odd. Like, it still sounds weird. Right. So it still gives that feeling of almost discomfort, or something kind of off here. Right. So then the 3/4 and the 4/4 actually seem to fit. Okay. But it was a bit of a a struggle getting that melody to work because the chord changes are happening every 3 beats, but I'm holding melodies that overlap. And so how, like if I'm holding a note that doesn't work with the next chord in the melody.
Oh, right.
Right. And then it sounds dissonant, or how do I make it not sound dissonant? And it was just like, so I was literally going into the MIDI and like recording the melody on my keyboard and going into the MIDI and sort of tweaking it manually to sort of, make it fit both rhythmically, and like rhythmically was kind of the easy part, but getting it to fit tonally was a little bit more of a challenge, right? And it's still getting the melody to flow.
So when you were doing your melody, were you sort of counting out the melody, or were you just doing the melody?
So I laid down the chords first, and then I think what I ended up doing, at least for the first couple of iterations of the melody, is I literally turned off, like I muted those tracks. I didn't want to hear the music in 3/4, and I did. We actually posted this resource on our resource page for this challenge, where Joe Gilder, one of the Personas guys, who uses Studio One professionally, he posted a video about how to set up in Studio One your metronome for an odd time signature. And you can do this with any DAW. It doesn't have to be Studio One, right? Because generally when you set up a metronome, you set up the strong beats and the weak beats, right? The off beats and the main beats, right? And the main beats are usually stronger. It's like a harder click. But his suggestion was set them all the same level. So you're not hearing a downbeat. So all you're hearing is click, click,
interesting,
click, 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 click. So you're just getting a pulse. There's no telling where the 1 is or the 3 is or anything like that, right? So I think that's what I ended up doing, right? So then I started counting 1, 2, 3, and then I had a pickup 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, and I had a pickup into the next one of the 4, right? And then sort of continued, and then I was just thinking in 4/4 because I wasn't distracted by hearing the 3/4 music, right? And then played a melody in 4/4, and I'm like, okay, that fits with the words. That kind of works. And then that's when I had to go back, and then when I switched back on the other tracks with the 3/4 music behind it, that's when I discovered the dissonances with the melody, and I'm like, okay, now I need to just edit a little bit to sort of fudge the notes here and there to make it work tonally as well as rhythmically.
Oh, okay.
So I think that was the kind of trick I made, just like turn off the other stuff so you're not distracted by, because then you're just gonna develop a melody in 3/4 if you're hearing bum 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 bum, like it's so strong, right?
Yeah.
that you can't help yourself.
Well, 3/4 is especially strong as a time signature too. As a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's like it's almost like 4/4 in terms of how I think natural it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Because I know a lot of Indian music has some pretty complicated time signatures in it as well, don't they? Or
it depends. Like traditional raga music is a lot of it is so improvised that musicians tend to extend phrases and shorten phrases and things.
Right.
Time, but even the bass kind of figure of any piece of music, it could be like a 7 or a 3 or
right,
that sort of thing. And some of the religious music is often in 3 or 6 kind of thing. But some of the dances actually are in 7. That even.
Oh, really?
I don't dance a lot especially in Indian culture, but it's like, so some of them are like there's that one that just passed a couple of months ago. Was one festival where they do the garba, which is you basically like a circle dance.
Oh yeah.
Right. And you're either clapping your hands or you have the sticks that you hit. You hit one stick to the other with both hands, or you hit with a partner that's across with you. But because there's 2 circles going one way and going the other way, you hit the stick with another partner each time, sort of thing. Yeah. But that loop, it's like the music is in 3, but then the loop is in like 7. Like the sequence of hits with sticks is in 7. It's like, how does anyone keep track of this? And it's like it just boggles my mind when I try to do it. It's like, holy cow.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, your approach is certainly much more complicated than mine is. Mine's fairly straightforward. Now, you've also chosen to do a pretty slow tempo as well.
Yeah, the tempo just it felt natural. And maybe because of the odd time signature, I was sort of taking my time, make sure I got it.
Yeah.
Right. I guess. I don't know. It just felt right for this piece. I didn't want it to be it's not a rocker,
No.
or a pop song by any stretch. So yeah.
Wow. So your intro is 3/4. The music's in 3/4 and the melody's in 4/4.
Yeah, it's basically similar to the chorus. Even the melody's kind of similar to the chorus, but not really.
Right. And then your verse
it's like a preview of the chorus that comes, 30 seconds later. So
right, and then the verse is 7/4.
Yeah, but it's got that mirrored 7/4 thing going on. And there's not heavy percussion. There's no percussion actually in the verses. It's all strings. So it's a little bit, the downbeats are there. You can feel them. Yeah. But it's not percussive.
Well, and did you feel you had any trouble going between all the different time signatures, like going into 5/4 for your bridge?
No, because I kind of built it up in pieces in DAW, so I just switched it each time I needed to, and just it recorded the next section. Well, okay, let's take a listen to it, and then we'll talk about some more. Cool.
We came together like Jackson Kings and dealt not random as that. Win or lose didn't really matter, provided the deck wasn't stacked. I feel the vice grip from the inside, and the rack stretches me out. I played the only hand I could, trusting in fair play from the start. Played along when you bent the rules. Never saw the ace stuck up your sleeve. I feel the vice grip from the inside, and the rack stretches me out as you tighten the vice grip. The rack pulls me along. Now your hands reveal, tear down your house of cards. Now it's only your
we go.
Yeah, wow. There's a lot of stuff there.
Yeah, it is a lot of stuff. And of course, the modulation at the end.
Yeah, which is you were using all them tricks.
Yeah.
I thought the sort of subject matter of the lyrics and the music really actually worked together kind of well.
Oh, really? Okay.
It kind of felt sort of not medieval in terms of the music, but it had that kind of feel to it, kind of Baroque kind of feel. So I thought it worked really well, and kind of the metaphors all the way through. I really like the lyrics. I thought they're pretty cool, even though I know this is in a lot of ways more about the chords and the music and things than the lyrics.
But of course, it's also about how the whole song fits together.
Yeah.
But yeah. Oh, and of course that's the virtual singer 90.
Right.
Featured there.
That's pretty handy. Wow.
Yeah, everything's MIDI. And the modulation towards the end was kind of not planned. It's the weirdest modulation I've ever done. Usually modulation is like a tone up or a semitone up or down or whatever, right? But because the bridge actually, decided to play with the mode. I went Lydian in the bridge. Everything else, the verse and chorus are very kind of like the verses are A minor. It's just A minor, right? Yeah. And then the chorus is just an F. Like there's no borrowing chords, anything like that. But then the bridge decided to go Lydian, F and G, repeated F and G. And because that's where the lyric gets a little more positive, and I wanted to express a little more brightness, I decided I wanted to go Lydian.
Ah, right.
So I brightened it, and then F, G, and A major just felt like the way to go. And then it's one of those things where you do something different for your bridge, and then it's always a struggle to get back to your thing. So I thought, well, why not just stay in A major for the next chorus? Because the next chorus is more positive than the rest of the song as well. So I just took it from. So it modulates from F major to A major, like it's 2 whole steps up.
Yeah, which is good. I think if you went down to the F, it would probably sound kind of weird, for a final chorus, because you want your final chorus to be bigger and kind of more. Yeah.
And in this context, I certainly wanted that feeling. So yeah.
Now you also go from your chorus right into your next verse. Have you thought about maybe adding like a little musical thing, like a little sort of hook in the center in between there? Or?
Yeah, I thought of that. That this is very lyric all the way through.
Yeah.
And I'd thought of that to introduce a few more little musical interlude bits just to get you into the next part.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. That's something I do want to consider for next revision of this.
Now, is this something you'd try to bring to your band?
No, and not because it would be difficult. I mean, with enough work, we could probably do it. But it's, I don't know. It's not a base shelter song. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
Like you say, it's got a bit of that medievalness to it, a baroqueness to it, and it's like, no, that's not something we would do. Although, I mean, one of the feelings I had after I finished this thing was that, like, I could rewrite this song. I could take this lyric and write a 4/4 song out of it.
Oh yeah,
right. And I think it would be. I'm not sure that would be more effective or less effective than this. I feel like it might be better than this. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like I feel like the odd time signatures didn't bring anything to this song. Right. You know what I mean? I don't know. Well, but I could be mistaken about it. Like I could try this in a 4/4 and it would just be boring. I don't know.
Well, I was just thinking that it might be nice to sort of see what real musicians could do with this and what they could bring to it, and it's also a good stretching, because most bands don't play with weird time signatures. So it's kind of good to have something where you could, kind of almost force them into trying something new and different, because they definitely got some neat bits there, and it's but yeah, like maybe if you had your singer sing these, like he might be able to find different ways of
for sure
playing with the time signatures and stuff to bring them out in a different kind of way.
Yeah,
so it would just be an interesting thing, because it would certainly not just push them, but it would give them a chance to sort of, hey, let's try this thing that we never would normally try,
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
exactly.
Could be fun.
It's I suppose it's a possibility. I mean, hadn't thought of that, but yeah, it's definitely. I think actually, to be honest, lyrically, it might even fit as a bass shelter song. Yeah.
Well, it's good. Well, of course, you've also done other odd time signature things. This isn't the first.
No, yeah. Even on my first album, I had a couple songs, or at least one anyway, that was an odd time signature, and then I did my whole EP in 2020 of odd time signatures. That was one of the creative rules of that project, and that was much more structured. Like downbeats were chord changes, and everything had a kick drum on the quarter, and it was very highly structured and poppy.
Because you said when you were writing this, you took off the strong beats, which freed you up. But I'm thinking, with me, I very much because I'm working in 7/4, and the 4/4 and the 3/4 are very integral into the way the chords move. In fact, the chords, there's a chord on one, and then there's a chord on one of the three on the bar of three. So it's like four and then three beats.
4 and 3, yeah. So which is perfectly reasonable, and you can set up your metronome like that.
Yeah.
I don't even know if you can do a metronome that's 3/4 plus, or you may just make a drum loop and
you can
do it that way, right? I think the whole idea when Joe did his video about Studio One and set the metronome levels the same, his approach was like he in that video he literally grabbed his guitar and played the riff that he was playing.
Right.
No, he didn't know, and he knew mostly it was the 7, but he also knew that there was another bar somewhere down the line that was back to 4/4, and then it went back to 7, and then there were some changes in there. So that's why he just had the click going, recorded his guitar part, and then mapped out where the downbeats are afterwards.
I see. Right.
So he wasn't getting thrown off by the thing. The reason it worked for me here, because the time signature was in 3/4, but I didn't want to hear a strong beat on the one and the next one 3 beats later, because I wanted to record a melody in 4/4.
Right.
I used that same technique in a different context, just because of the compound time thing. You don't want to be thrown off by those strong beats, right?
Right. Whereas for me, I needed the strong beats on one, because it's like trying to play along to 7/4. If you're not used to 7/4, it's so easy to just do an extra beat and then you're sort of off. So you have to that's been one of the toughest things for me so far. But
for sure.
Yes.
But in that context, for sure, you want the strong downbeats. You want that middle division to be strongly emphasized.
Do you think you try a song like maybe not quite this complicated, where you have multiple time signatures at the same time, but do you think you do maybe try more of an upbeat song in an unusual time signature?
Yeah, I mean, certainly the electropop album I did, everything there was bright and upbeat. So I have done that before, and there it's a question of having it more highly structured. I think where the beats are really heavily emphasized and stuff like that, and then it comes across brighter and more pop, and a little bit higher tempo, and a little bit. But I think this the I think the highly structured is more important actually to making it sound more stable.
Although one thing is, it's clear, like your different sections are very clear that they're different. I mean, there's no doubt that your verse is different than your chorus, and your bridge is different than your chorus. I mean, that's very clear. Which, I guess it's partially because of the time signature, but also probably by the way you wrote it, because you wrote it in chunks.
Yeah, I did write it in chunks, very, very, very much so. Yeah, and there's a different, there's a pickup. The melody picks up in the chorus. I wonder if, someone just grabbed their acoustic guitar and sang this, would it come across? Or on the piano,
Now, if you wanted to take this song and put it into 4/4 in your DAW, is that a fairly straightforward thing to do? Or
no, I would literally start the whole process over again from scratch.
Oh, would you?
I would keep the same chords and the same probably the same melody shapes ish, but the melody shapes are going to change just because of the different time signature, I think, too, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So I mean, maybe it's a quick and dirty exercise to try that, I think.
Yeah. The best things about these challenges is that it forces you not to fall back on your habits, which is so easy to do as a songwriter. And people say, some bands are very samey. It's because they're doing the same stuff, because that's what humans do. Like, we will do the things that are easy. So pushing yourself to do stuff that is hard is a worthwhile endeavor, I think.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. So, I mean, in general, I mean, this challenge did push me a little bit into, doing the compound time thing and doing that 3/4/4/3 mirror thing was kind of a new thing for me. So that was a bit of a different stretching there. So yeah, it's I guess it's a learning. But I have had it in my brain that I want to try more of these sort of, anti-pop kind of more narrative focused, more kind of unstructured things. And I think I've done a few of them now, and it's kind of working for me in some way.
Oh, cool.
But where you're not rhyming perfectly, melodies are different shapes, things are happening in a more organic manner.
That's really cool.
This one feels a little less organic, if anything, to me. But I think just because I came up, did this and then did this section, did that section, and then it was kind of a little bit a little deprived, maybe.
Well, my answer to the song challenge is not nearly as complicated as this. So
fair enough, and that's fine. I mean,
that's true.
And certainly for our listeners, feel free to pick one time signature and stick with it, even 3/4. It's fine.
Yeah, that's nothing. Because if you haven't done it, it's a challenge, which is why we call it the Song Talk Radio Song Challenge.
That's right. Exactly.
Challenge. Song.
All right. Okay. So I'm here in the band. I think that's all the time. Special thanks to us for holding this challenge and all the challenges we've done. Thank you, Phil.
You've done great stuff.
Great idea and good stuff. And of course, a reminder again for our listeners, November 10th is the deadline for listener songs to be submitted to us. Phil, your deadline is in 2 weeks.
Yep. No, I've actually gotten pretty far on it, so I'm pretty happy with it.
Oh, yeah? That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's great. Look forward to hearing the completed version. And again, listeners, your songs don't have to be complete. Like, I still would make some changes to this, I think, in the future. Maybe bring it to a meetup group and see what people think. Like, who knows? Like, it can breathe.
That's really important.
Spaces right now.
That's really important. A lot of this, our show is really about works in progress. So, like, if it's not completely done, that's totally fine, Yeah. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. We want to hear from everybody out there. So please send us your comments, Facebook or Instagram to @SongTalkRadio. Send us an email, feedback@songtalk.ca. That's where you can send your songwriting challenge answers as well. Yeah. Also, be sure to check out our YouTube channel for live performance videos and full episodes. Subscribe today to the Song Talk Radio podcast on your favorite podcast provider. And please support us at our Patreon page. You can visit songtalk.ca/support. Thank you to everyone who supported us so far.
Thank you.
You can find links to all the products, books, and web services we mentioned on the show on our resources page on the website. And please join us at our next monthly Song Talk meetup, whether you're in Toronto for our in-person meetups or anywhere in the world for our online meetups. It's free to join on Eventbrite and free to attend the meetup. Bring a song and a lyric sheet and get constructive feedback from other songwriters. Stop by songtalk.ca for the link. You can follow me at neilmodi.com. You can follow Phil.
Phillemery.ca.
And be sure to stop by the website, songtalk.ca, to browse past shows and find out how you can be a guest. Thanks for tuning in, and keep on writing.
That's a really cool song.
Cool. Thank you, sir.
I really like lyrics, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
They feel kind of stingy.
Stingy?
Yeah.
Like sting?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, I really like it. I thought they,
Cool.
yeah, I don't tend to write stuff like that.
Hmm.
And I like it, but I just don't. No, I guess I have, but I tend to not do it very often.
Right.
But yeah, no, I thought it was kind of a cool song.
It may be stingy except for the lack of perfect rhyming all over the place.
Well, that is true too. But all those are some wacky time signatures, man.
Oh, it's crazy. But I think you feel it at the bridge. Like that, I'm actually like the 5/4 bridge has so much more drive to it.
It does,
than the other sections, and that was on purpose.
Yeah. Well, it does. It kind of gives the song a bit of shape too.
Yeah.
Because if you kept the whole thing all the way, the same kind of feel of verse 1 and chorus 1, I think it would get a bit draggy. So the bridge and the chorus out gives it some oomph to make it go.
Yeah, you feel a little more epic.
Yeah.
And of course, it's only 3 minutes long. I think something 3:05, something like that. If I add a couple more little interludes, it'll be maybe 3:30.
Yeah. Hey, perfect pop song length.
It's still a little pop song length. Yeah.
Yeah. That is awesome.
Cool, man. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
You got it done.
Yes, I did. And a bit of a scramble at the end, but it was fine.
Yes, well, mine will be, but I'm actually pretty happy with it. It's although my verses in 7/4, and then I thought, well, I'll make the chorus in 7/8, which
double time it.
It is double time. But double time. You don't really want double time. When you want to
double time isn't really double time. It's more like one and a half time.
Yeah. So it's kind of
in regular 4/4 context, anyway.
So I might do that. I might even add a couple of bars of 4/4 just to pull a Neel.
Yeah, just to throw everybody off.
Yeah. So yeah, cool,
man. All right. Yeah, I look forward to hearing yours. That'll be fun.
Right. What do you plan for your weekend?
Not much. Just hanging out. Got some home stuff to do and whatnot. So yeah,
that's all right.
Pretty much. It's Diwali's starting this weekend.
Right.
So yeah,
that's a big one, right?
That's a big one. We'll go see probably see my in-laws on Sunday, and then go see my mom on Monday. And then,
do you go to any sort of big community things or?
No, my in-laws were going to the thing tonight. But yeah, no, we've been skipping out on those things mostly. If we go to my brother's place, I mean, they've even outlawed fireworks in Brampton. I think now, like, there's been too many. There've been too many idiots, they're just like doing stupid things with them. So it ruins it for everybody else.
That really should be the tagline of humanity. Stupid idiots ruining it for everybody else.
Yeah. Oh boy. So
Well, that's a drag.
yeah. Yeah. So we may not, but I mean, they'll still be going off, I'm sure,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Also, crowds. After a while, sometimes crowds are sort of not that much fun. Like, I don't.
Well, that's the other thing too. It's like, who needs that? We just do our little thing ourselves at home and we're happy.
Yeah. I still remember those sweets you brought into the studio once. They were awesome.
Oh yeah. Oh my God, that was so long ago. Yeah.
Oh, I wonder.
That's
We actually have two Indian. We have like an Indian.
It's a restaurant or a grocery store?
Well, Newfoundland's really weird because most of the variety stores also serve food, like prepared food.
Variety stores.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And they're called superettes. Yeah, cooked like meals. It's really
like they have a hot table kind of thing.
Yeah. And there was one just kind of had normal stuff, and they got bought out and by this it's an Indian company or an Indian family, or it might be an Indian company. It seems pretty feels a little bit franchisey, but they actually have like Indian food. They had this paneer, kind of like deep fried paneer kind of rolls.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, those are really good. So you can just go in and pick those up.
Nice.
But then around the corner from that is we actually have like a real Indian grocery store with like Indian products, like literally like with no English on them, like just total
right.
And I wonder if they'll have Diwali stuff.
I would not be surprised if they do. I mean, usually the tables are set out front of these places, at least here in the GTA.
Yeah,
they set out tables in front, and there's one restaurant we love in Brampton that they're called Bram Sweets, but they sell more. Their big thing in the front is all sweets, and any time of the year, not just Diwali time, right?
Yeah,
but the rest in towards the back they have like your regular food, like just meal food, whatever, spicy food, whatever, right? But at Diwali time, they literally like clear out half of their seating and really? Sit with tables of sweets. It's just ridiculous. It's just like, and they're all like variety packaged.
Nice,
right? So you just grab one and go, and you're going to your relatives, and this is what you give them, right?
Oh, very smart.
So sort of thing, right? So just a variety pack of stuff. But of course you can go to the regular table and just get your own, make whatever you want, sort of thing.
But it is pretty cool being able to stop by this store and like pick up like this paneer roll and just like mark, and you're not having to just get a bag of chips, but actually get like food,
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's pretty good. We've actually gotten a couple of there's no sit down there, but we've got like a couple of meals there. It's really, really good. Yeah. Like it's good. Like I've had some Indian food which is like kind of junky. This is like really good, really genuine. Good stuff. Yeah. So that's pretty good for
Cool.
Newfoundland is a pretty white place. So
yeah.
So it's pretty cool.
Take a peek in there Sunday, Monday, even into next week. Like they should have sweet tables out for sure.
So when does Diwali officially start?
That's Monday.
That is Monday. Okay.
Yeah, Monday's Diwali, so I guess that's Tuesday's the New Year. I think something like that.
Okay. Yeah, I'll check it out this weekend.
Yeah. Cool, man.
I will let you know.
All right.
Right. I shall work on this on the weekend, and then we shall. Then I'll publish it as per normal.
Awesome, man.
Okay. Have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you on Tuesday.
Okay, you too. Cheers.
Bye.